Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, I'm Liz. I am a faith mama, military wife, and lover of all things life. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. And if you have not subscribed yet, if you like what you see, you like the content that I put out there, and you like me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join my tribe. So today, what we are going to be talking about is actually pregnancy related. I don't think y'all really saw in the last video, so I will show you. I am actually 7 months pregnant. You see that? Yep, popped out, everything. 7 months pregnant. This is my second pregnancy, so I'm kind of sharing with you some of the things that I have experienced. And so the title of this video, as you can tell by up top, is 10 TMI things no one tells you about pregnancy. Let's jump right in. All right, so first, just a little disclaimer. I am obviously not a doctor. I am simply here to share with you my experiences and what I have found by going to Dr. Google. So if you have medical questions, don't ask me, contact your provider. The next thing that I want to say is, like the title says, this is a TMI video. So if you don't do good with bodily functions, fluids, and things of that nature, you might not want to watch. And I don't fault you for that, but I just want to let you know before you get upset, this is going to have some TMI information in there, or too much information, I guess. So all right, let's go ahead and get into it. And of course, I have my handy dandy notebook. When you see me looking down, it's because, as I'm sure you've heard of, there's such a thing as pregnancy brain, and it's very hard to remember things. So I do have to keep a notebook because mama can't remember everything. All right, so number 10 is, we're gonna jump right in. Itchy nips. Itchy nipples. Like, nobody told me that the nips would be itchy. First of all, you're itchy everywhere. Why? Because your body is changing, your skin is stretching, you're itchy all the time. For me specifically, my lower legs, like my calves and my shins, were so itchy. Like, I would just go crazy on them. But the lady lumps, like, why? I don't understand. It drove me crazy. Like, at work, at home, I would feel the need to go at them with a fine-tooth comb, they're just so itchy. And so I did bring it up to my doctor, and she basically told me, like, you know, it's winter, your skin is dry, you're stretching, it's completely normal. Obviously, if you are extremely itchy and there's no remedy, there are some medical issues that are associated with that. So again, you're going to want to talk to your doctor. But for me, it was just something I brought up to my doctor. It wasn't to an extent that was of concern. It was just more so annoying. So yes, who knew that the itchiness, although of course it's going to be everywhere, but why? Why does it have to be so severe on the lady lumps? Itchy nips is not your friend, but you may experience that because that is what I have experienced. All right, staying with the lady lumps, I told you we're getting into it. You're going to learn a lot about me today. I hope that you are fine with that. We hear about all of the luscious changes to our hair. You're going to have long, beautiful, flowing hair. It's going to be shiny. It's going to be wonderful. They don't tell you about all the other ways that hair changes. And I'm not talking about on your head. I'm talking about other parts of your body. Yes, we're back to the lady lumps. Hairy nips. What? Why? Why is that necessary? Like, I get there are going to be changes to the ladies. Like, we all understand that you're growing, you're going to be breastfeeding, or your body's producing milk in hopes that your body wants to breastfeed, or whatever. You know, your body makes milk so that you can breastfeed. One of the changes that happens to the ladies is that, like, your areolas start to darken, and that is just nature, that's biological. That is the way that God made us so wonderfully, and that babies cannot see that well when they come out of the womb, but they can see dark, right? So they can find their way. It's a target to find their way to food. I get that. Awesome. We have an awesome creator. That is amazing to me. But listen, Lord, I don't want to question you, sir, but why are the hairy nipples necessary? I don't understand that. But it is something that occurs. And so it's just very weird. Excuse me. It's very weird. You will have, or you could have, if you are like me, just like long, thick hair coming out of the ladies. And it's not like the nipple, it's like around it, right? But still, what is that all about? It could be my ethnicity, I don't know, but something else that changes, which is weird, or that I have experienced that changes. I am biracial, I am Black and Italian and a host of other things, but we know that Italian people tend to be hairier, right? All my life, your girl has had a mustache, a stash that has needed to be nared away. It has to go, right? Since I've been pregnant, like in the last 6 months, I have not had to nair. So I don't know if the mustache decided to take the party on down to the ladies, but for whatever reason, no hair up here, hair party down here. Not a hair party. I make it sound like I look like Chewbacca down. I don't. It's just, what is that about? That's strange. But it's normal. It is normal. So if you experience that, don't feel like you're weird. It happens to us. It's just part of it. And you know what I blame it on? I blame it on the fall. Adam and Eve, you did this to me. You did this to me. That's all. It just has to be because of sin, right? I don't know. Anyways, maybe that's a question I can ask. Whatever. Anyways, on to the next is lightening crotch. Have you heard of this? It's a thing. So what lightening crotch is it is a sensation that many pregnant women experience. It feels like a shot of lightning to your nether regions. It feels like your baby is punching your cervix. For me specifically, it feels like my baby is like scratching at it. Why? It's painful. It will stop you in your tracks and you'll literally be like, oh, what is that? Stop that. From everything that I have researched, one, it's very normal. A lot of pregnant women experience it, but nobody really tells you, hey, oh, you're pregnant? That's so awesome. Look out for lightning crotch. It's coming for you. But one of the things that I have learned is it could be the position of the baby. Baby's kicking or sitting on a certain nerve that runs to your cervix that causes those sensations. Or maybe it could be head down pushing onto your cervix, right? A lot of people experience it later in pregnancy as the baby grows. But you can experience it in early pregnancy. I have had it throughout, and I don't know what it's about, but it's not comfortable, it's not fun, and nobody tells you about it. The next one is the feeling of a heavy vagina. You heard me. Heavy vagina. Now sometimes like if you go to the bathroom, it just feels heavy. It just feels like you gotta give that baby some support. And from everything again that I have read, it is simply your weight is changing, right? You have all of this going on in your uterus. You have a baby in there. There's a lot of pressure pushing down on your vagina. And so it can give you that feeling of like a full vagina or a super heavy vagina. And that's the only way that I can explain it is heavy vagina syndrome. It is normal. It shouldn't be like painful. It's just kind of like, oh gosh, why is that so heavy? Like, and you go to the bathroom. I don't even know what it's signifying to my body, but I'm just like, that's weird. That's different. Feels heavy. It feels like I need to work it out because she done gained some weight. I don't know. She feels heavy, but heavy vagina is something that you may experience, and it is normal. Now, the next thing that I found, it has not happened to me, but when I was looking up heavy vagina, Dr. Google, why does my vagina feel heavy in pregnancy? Something else that came up was varicose veins in your vagina. Vulvar varicositis is what it was called. And what that is varicose veins, just like in your legs and everything like that, except on your lady lips. And it can happen. And so your veins can bulge and things like that because, again, all of the pressure, the blood flow is not really returning back up to your heart as quickly as it would normally outside of pregnancy. So it's kind of pooling down there in your undercarriage. And so your lady lips can get varicose veins on them. Now, one person that I found, because I follow these pregnancy forums, one woman said that it looked like she had cauliflower ear. Do you know what cauliflower ear is? If you don't, pause this right now, open up another tab and Google cauliflower ear, okay? Cauliflower ear on one of her lady lips. I'm sorry. No. No, no, no. Lord, no. Please, no. I don't want to see that. I don't want to experience that. And I don't want my husband to see that. So, again, this is all, I'm not shaming anybody at all. If you are experiencing that, I am so sorry that you are going through that. And just know that from everything that I've researched, it goes away after you give birth to your baby. But if you are experiencing that, again, that's a normal thing. But again, talk to your doctor because, you know, cauliflower ear on the lady lips does not sound like much fun. And there could be treatment. Again, I'm not a doctor, I don't know, but I would ask about that. All right, so the next one is nobody told me that being pregnant can put your hormones in overdrive. And I'm not talking about the emotional weepy hormones. We hear about that. I am talking about being horny all the time. Now, it differs from pregnancy to pregnancy, right? So my first pregnancy, your girl was insane for her husband. I mean, your girl needed it morning, noon, and night. Bring it on to mama, okay? And I just could not get enough from the beginning all the way through the end. Now, I will say, you know, that's a totally different story because people are only, you know, everybody's comfortable with different things, right? So, well, for me, I was like, look at me. I'm bringing life into this world. I am so wonderful. I am fabulous. I feel so beautiful and sexy. Come to mama. In the beginning, my husband was like, all for it. Yeah, girl, I'm on it. But sometimes as we get a little bit bigger, the baby starts to move. They can feel the baby move. Then it might be a little bit more like, oh, okay. I mean, I love you, babe. Love you. You are absolutely beautiful. But, you know, there's a baby in there and I feel a little uncomfortable, and that is okay. Please understand that that is okay. Just like our husbands have to respect our emotions, our feelings, our concerns, we should do the exact same for them. And so that's what I did. I get it, bro. It's all good. It's all good. But this time around, it's opposite. This time around, your girl's like, hey, don't touch me. Hi, please don't even look my way, sir. No, no, get that away from me. And so, you know, we totally flip-flopped, right? And just like that, you know, he has to respect my feelings, my wants, my needs. I respect his wants, his needs, his feelings. It's all about communication. But just know, pregnancy can put your sex drive into overdrive, or it can turn it all the way off. And so not a lot of people tell you that you could become just like a crazy, pregnant, horny person. It happens apparently because it happened to me. The next one, girl, vision changes. Now this isn't really a TMI one, but I just had to throw it in because I had no idea that this occurs. Vision changes. So I am usually always wearing my glasses. Right now, if you were standing in front of me, like how I'm talking to my camera right now, I would not be able to see you. I would not be able to see you. I mean, you would be a blur. And that is because I don't have my glasses on and I don't have contacts in. But one of the first signs, one of the first things that said, Liz, you might want to take a pregnancy test, was because everything was blurry. It was just one day it switched. And I put my contacts in and I was like, oh, this is weird. Maybe I put them in the wrong eyes because I have 2 different prescriptions for my eyes. So I switched them. No, that didn't work. Are they inside out? Let me flip them out. Nope, that didn't work. And I just could not see. We were literally in Walmart shopping for supplies for my daughter's birthday party the next morning. And I am having to get like this close to the shelf to see the price on the item that I'm looking at because I just could not see. And so from what I read, pregnancy can change like the pressure in your eyes, which is insane. And so that's why my vision got super blurry. Again, there are some kind of scarier things associated with blurry vision. And that's kind of, what is it called? Hypertension, something like that. Just, you know, the high blood pressure, all of those issues. but my blood pressure has always been phenomenal. Every time I go to the doctors, there's no issue. So it's not associated with that. It's just a weird pregnancy thing. And so it'll go away after I have the baby, and I believe after I finish breastfeeding, because I think that breastfeeding can also impact your vision. I believe I did read that somewhere. If not, I apologize. I could have just made that up in my head. But just be aware, if your vision changes, don't freak out. I mean, still talk to your doctor, but they also recommend not to just go back in and get a new prescription, because you're probably going to have to change it again after you have the baby. All right, the next one. I told you all y'all were going to get familiar with me. Nobody tells you about the man farts, okay? I call them the man farts because we know men, when they release the beast, a lot of times it's super loud and super stinky. And you can ask anybody. You can ask my mom, you can ask my brother, ask my family members. Before, like when I was younger, when I was a teenager, even in young adulthood, I was not a farter. I did not fart. I did not. And I know you're thinking, that's weird, Liz. Everybody farts. Okay, yeah. When I went to the bathroom, yeah. But like just sitting down, letting it rip, no, I just never had that urge, never had that need. Like, it just did not happen to me. And I don't know, maybe I'm just a weirdo, but I was not a farter. Fast forward to my first child. Oh yeah, let her rip. They were coming. And it didn't stop after I had her. So I have since become a farter. Now fast forward to this second child. Yeah, they don't stop, and there's no controlling them. They just come out. They just come out. And I don't know if it's the hormone relaxin that just relaxes everything within your body, including your sphincter. But they just come out and they're loud and they stink and it's embarrassing, but I just gotta deal with it. And it's hilarious because, you know, just laying in bed, I don't know what's coming on, but laying in bed with my husband and then just one comes out and he just looked at me like, why is it so loud though? That's literally what he said. But why? Why is it so loud? I don't know, babe. I don't know. Again, it's pregnancy. The man farts are coming for you. Maybe you'll be blessed to not have that issue, but your girl Liz, she has that issue. Okay, this one. You might be able to hear it when I'm speaking, and a lot of times I'll like cough and things like that, but it's because pregnancy brings on congestion. Like you can't breathe through your nose, and there's like mucus, and even talking about it right now, like it brings it to the forefront of my mind. So I'm like, ugh, swallowing a lot. There's like post-nasal drip, right? It's terrible. You feel like you have a cold, except without any other cold symptoms the entire pregnancy. So you hear that women can't breathe, and yeah, it's because we're like getting bigger, baby's pressing on our diaphragm, making it harder, everything's so crowded up in there. But also because our nose is full of, I don't know what, but you can't breathe. Always congested through the whole 40 weeks of pregnancy. I'm always like sniffling. I'm always like swallowing yucky boogers. Gross, I hate that. But it's just a fact of life, and then you can't breathe when you sleep, so you're sleeping with your mouth open, and then you wake up with terrible breath. It's not fun. Okay, so these are the less glamorous sides of pregnancy, the TMI things that nobody tells you about, except your girl Liz. Your girl Liz is gonna keep it real with you. Okay, that's what I'm here for. The final one, we have made it to the end of our TMI, things that nobody tells you in pregnancy, but this final one I saved for last because it is near and dear to my heart. It's not near and dear to my heart, but again, nobody told me about this, and I was like, what the heck is going on? All right, sorry about that. My camera did cut off, but the final one that it didn't want me to tell you about is excess moisture down there. Okay, so from looking it up online, it is actually called leukorrhea, and it is something that is completely normal. It is actually your body's cleansing system, essentially, for your undercarriage. It is getting rid of like dead skin cells. It is preventing bad bacteria from getting all up in there. But essentially what occurs is it can be a clear, a milky white, even sometimes a yellow, from what I've read, discharge that comes out of you. And it is or can be one of the earliest signs of pregnancy as well, because of the surge of estrogen that you experience in pregnancy, but it does continue on throughout your pregnancy. But nobody told me about this. So really, probably nobody's gonna tell you about it either. And one day you'll be sitting there and you'll be like, oh my gosh. It honestly feels like, you know, when you're not expecting your period and like it starts to come and you're like, oh, I gotta get to the bathroom right now. And so you're like, oh, am I bleeding? And then you run to the bathroom and you're like, what is this? What is this? And then you Google it like I did. You find out, okay, this is normal. But just a little tip that you might want to take is, you know, go ahead, get a little panty liner, because it can be a lot and it can soak through like your underwear. It can get on your pants, like when I go to work. And so I started having to wear panty liners because that's just not a fun or comforting feeling of sitting in that. So get some panty liners, slap that into your undies, and you'll be good to go. Okay, so if you don't know, if nobody ever told you before, now you know. I shared 10 totally TMI things that nobody tells you about in pregnancy. What I would love to hear from you is any TMI things, or they can be not TMI things, but any things you experienced in pregnancy that you were like, what the heck? Nobody told me about this. So let me know those things down in the comments. I love to hear from you. Again, if you have not subscribed, please do hit that notification bell so that you never miss a video. Next week, we will actually be going through the 6-month PCS checklist, because yes, your girl is at the 6-month mark and there is going to be a free printable for you. So I hope that you will tune in. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Don't forget to interact with me. Follow me on social media, _Liz Lorette on Instagram. And I have launched a website, so check out lizlorette.com. Until next time, later loves.